Hi, I'm Emily Burmis, and this is 120 Seconds to Better Leadership. So this one's primarily for the ladies. I had an opportunity to work with an executive and her boss a few weeks ago, and we were just in a meeting chatting about her coaching objectives and the progress that we feel we were making and getting some feedback. And what I found so fascinating about that meeting, they were both female, was how much my leader that I'm coaching did the classic female, like lots of head nodding, lots of yes, yeses, lots of okays, okays. And more than I usually see in these kinds of meetings. So I don't know if she was nervous or if that's just a habit of hers. I really don't know. But in that meeting, the coaching I gave her after the fact was, be careful with giving that much affirmative nonverbal feedback. So what we know from research is that typically females will nod their head and say okay and yes as a means to express that they're listening. And the tricky piece is men don't typically do that nearly as much. So when you're saying yes, 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 and nodding and saying okay to men in a meeting, and then you turn around and you have a different opinion, they're very confused by that, because what they understood as agreement and support of their idea was actually just used letting them know you were hearing them. So then they can be confused if you come back with counter argument or leave the meeting and disagree and you guys don't have alignment. So it can create a little bit of confusion if you overdo those nonverbal supportive and listening behaviors. The other thing it can do, it can really diminish your social status a little bit, right? If you overdo it, because if you're always saying yes, 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 okay, okay, okay to your boss, if it's really peppered in there heavily, it can make you seem subordinate. Now, technically, you may actually be subordinate, but you don't want to be subordinate in a social power context. So for some women, and it can be a nervous habit for some women, it can be helpful to be clearer when you communicate and to assert your social status that should be by simply removing some of that noise from your conversations.